Hey, my name is Cole. I am 23 by the time that this comes out, and I am non-binary. My preferred pronouns are they, them. Um, so I wanted to talk a little bit about my story and my experience, hopefully just to give other people awareness and to help others who may be going through something similar. Um, I knew from a very young age that I didn't feel like a girl. A lot of it was I grew up in a small town. A lot of it was I was raised on a farm. I was playing in dirt, all of those things that were tomboy-esque. And I just never really grew out of them. I never got into um, the frills of fashion, and it just wasn't me. I had played soccer all of my life up until I was about a sophomore, junior in high school. I did not go to college. And I would say my freshman year of high school is when I came out about being not straight. It kind of happened through a trauma experience. My freshman year of high school, my grandma died very suddenly from pancreatic cancer. And so after she passed, I cut my hair off. That was a really big life-changing event for me that I didn't then realize. I went from having curly blonde hair to hear like all my friends one day and came in with a pixie cut. And everyone called me a dyke. Everyone, even my friends, to my face. I spent a lot of the first day crying because I didn't understand. I didn't get why people were being so mean. And then there were rumors going around that I was a lesbian, and all of my friends, pretty much I lost them by the end of my sophomore year, just from rumors and people lying. Also just girls trying to figure out their sexuality, but using me as someone who didn't feel like a girl to try to get a girl-on-girl experience. I think the easiest way to describe how I feel being non-binary is, yes, I was born a woman. I no longer have my fallopian tubes. I got them surgically removed in December of 2020. It took a very long time for that to happen for me. And the whole honesty of it is because I had a child, is why they were able to do it at my age. I wanted them removed when I was 19. When I had exploratory surgery to see if I had endometriosis or not, and they said no because I was too young. So thankfully, this past December, I got them removed, which I am grateful for, and I feel has very much so helped with my inner healing, and really realizing that I am non-binary, and to be called they, them does not make me uncomfortable to correct people anymore. And I understand with the jobs I have, I am a model and I'm also a piercing apprentice, that I do come across very feminine. But you also have to understand my clientele is mostly cis. So I have to appeal to that in a certain way while also still respecting my sense of self, which is why I choose to exist the way I do. In all honesty, that's really what got me into body modifications and tattoos. Was I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I never had been. My parents were not the type of people to be open and discussing mental health until I was in my later teens. I advocated to get my own therapist, which I would really recommend doing. I know health insurance is really shitty right now, but if you go on psychologytoday.com, you can search your location and if you have insurance, and they will show you counselors or therapists that specialize in whatever you need in near you, and they tell you if they accept your insurance or not. That is actually how I found my therapist, which leads me to my therapist has been my longest relationship. I've been seeing her for over a decade, and pretty much from the beginning, I expressed these feelings of I don't feel in my body. It leads back to a trauma thing. It leads back to people in my younger life not letting me be who I wanted to be, not being true to myself. So it is hard in a day-to-day life, trying to get into the habit of taking care of yourself and respecting yourself as a non-binary person, because you do matter. That is something that I deeply wish everyone would appreciate is, what are your pronouns? I really wish that was a more common sentence. If you are cis or straight or, do not fall under the LGBTQIA community, and are an ally and have questions, absolutely feel free to ask me. I've gotten to a point where I have talked about these things for so long that a lot of them aren't a trigger for me anymore. Obviously, I'm asking for you to be kind and not be a jerk about it. I am pretty willing to be open. I know when I model, I come off very feminine, but my body build is not feminine. I do not have very big boobs. My hips and thighs are bigger, obviously, but that also is because I had a child. And that also plays into me being non-binary. My parents and family now call me by my desired name. I recently came out to them publicly, and it's been a very good experience. I'm really thankful for that, but with having a child, there are challenges that I will have to overcome and questions that I will have to face when he is old enough and ready to ask them. And I'm prepared to ask them, or have him ask me, and prepared to answer them, because I want to be able to give him the answers the best I can. And I know that my story is not everyone's story, and I completely understand that. I know my story is not done yet. I am not done looking how I want to look. I have some more digging into my own transformation as a non-binary human to do, but I wanted to open up this opportunity of either questions, anything, curiosity that you might have that isn't like rude. I'm more than willing and happy to answer. I think the most important thing is be kind to one another. Don't assume pronouns. Just address people as they, them if you don't know. That's what I do. That is my go-to. Otherwise, I will ask. I'm gonna be honest, in my industry career, I've only been asked twice what my preferred pronouns are, and they're from 18-year-olds. So it really disappoints me to know that people in their 20s have a lack of care for this, because I feel like there's so many of us in our 20s going through this. I hope that wasn't too rambly or that made sense. As I said, I am willing to answer questions. I am willing to be here as a wall if you need someone to talk to, if you do not have someone to talk to. I am not a qualified therapist by any means, but I absolutely understand self-questions that you may have, along with questions about identity itself. I am not an expert, again, this is just my experience. I actually have a couple of books I have written down that I'm gonna read and probably upload a second part of this too, in the mid to end of April, after I can read them and after I get a new tattoo. I'm hoping that my new tattoo will also help with me coming off more masculine, but we shall see. I do actually genuinely enjoy the way I look. I'm in the process of growing out my hair. I haven't had a full head of hair since I was in 8th grade. So it's been a long time, and it is growth, not even personally with new growth, it is regrowth within myself. And I just hope that maybe this can clarify things for people who are too afraid to ask, or too afraid to say something, or too afraid to speak up. I'm tired of non-binary and trans people living in silence and living in fear. I'm tired of being misgendered every day. I'm tired of being called a girl. I'm tired of being sexualized when I don't want to be. I understand that that is part of one of my jobs, but I am also a human being. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't believe this was 13 minutes. So as I said, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I will answer as many of them as I can. Other than that, I really hope everyone has a good day. Stay rad, be a good human, and do something nice for someone. Thank you.